Hi, this is Mike from thesubstream.com. This is Watch This Instead for the week ending the 18th, Friday, February 2011. Big week for movies. Big Mama's House 3 is coming out. 2 guys dressed up as fat women. And it's the third one, so 2 times 3, 6 times the laughs. 400 times the boobs and belly meat. 2,400 pounds of laugh. There's also a movie called Unknown coming out, directed by collet-serra. Kind of a further adventures of Liam Neeson discovering he's a tough guy on the loose in the streets of anonymous Europe, killing bad guys, even though he looks like your dad. I feel really bad for people that want to make low-budget genre pictures these days, because back in the day, in the history of Hollywood, there were these things called B pictures. They were called B pictures because they were the crappy, low-budget second half of a double feature. You'd go see Magnificent Ambersons, and then after they would show you Cat People, if you bothered to stay around for the same price. And nobody expected Cat People to be any good, even though Cat People was really good, because it was on after. They'd say, hey, did you enjoy Magnificent Ambersons? Sip of a drink from the 40s. And did you stay for Cat People? Oh yes, it was titillating. And they accounted for this in the way that they made the movies. They knew that people didn't expect them to be great. They knew that they could get away with lower budgets. Val Lewton, the guy that produced Cat People, shot some of Cat People on sets left over from the Magnificent Ambersons. And those movies were all about manufacturing kind of cheap genre thrills and chills for not much money for an audience that didn't expect very much out of them. And that kind of idea has disappeared because all movies cost the exact same amount of money now. $14 or $16 or $19 or whatever the hell it is that you pay when you go to a theater. Inception costs the same as Unknown, starring Liam Neeson, which is messed up because that implies that you should have the same kind of expectations. And that's unfair because the people that make a movie like Unknown, starring Liam Neeson, can't have the same expectations as the people that make a movie like Inception because they're spending way less money and using a script that doesn't have any kind of artistic innovation. Unknown is about a doctor that goes to a European city. There's a mess up with his suitcase and he gets separated from his wife and then he loses his identity and must track down what happened to him with the help of a beautiful young streetwise urchin, and then he's unraveling a mystery. There's this other movie from the 80s directed by Roman Polanski called Frantic that's about an American doctor who's also ruggedly handsome who goes to a European city for a medical conference like Liam Neeson's character in Unknown. And there's a mix-up with a suitcase and he gets separated from his wife and then he falls in with a streetwise urchin who helps him unravel a mystery. Unknown is not the most original movie at all, but it's not trying to be. It's just trying to be a B movie. If you have lowered B-movie expectations for it, you'll actually kind of enjoy it. But if you put it on the same level as a Roman Polanski film or something like Inception or movies that should cost $14, you're going to be kind of disappointed because it's not original, its artistic vision is limited, and it's made by a studio called Dark Castle Entertainment. Unknown is kind of entertaining. There's a bunch of really stupid parts. There's a bunch of really good scenes stuck in the middle of a bunch of stuff that's not so impressive. And it's probably worth seeing as long as you have lowered expectations. That's not a bad thing. People don't always want filet mignon. Sometimes you want a hamburger. It's maybe the theater's fault for saying that filet mignon and hamburger should cost the exact same amount. If you don't want to pay $14 for a hamburger, pay $6 and go watch Harrison Ford in Frantic, directed by Roman Polanski, instead of Unknown by collet-serra, and then maybe catch Unknown by collet-serra later on when it costs $6, about what a hamburger should cost.